So, good evening and welcome to this session. A very, very important aspect of what we can call as a Sushumna Nadi, right? So, today we will understand how important it is. Of course, everything that we will do from which we have been doing is important. But I would say, the daily meditation that we do, the foot soaking that we will be telling you in future, and a very, very important aspect of growth in spirituality happens in this very important nadi. And hence, today we will get a basic understanding of this. And I would say one of the efforts that we have to do is to remain in this Sushumna nadi, right? And hence, I say that this is a, a very, very important aspect of Sahaj Yoga. So, as we already always do, we will always do, is we will raise our Kundalini and put bandhan. So before we start the session, we will try and get into a state, what we call as a state of balance or a state of meditation, and that gets triggered when we do this awakening of the Kundalini and putting bandhan. Okay, I will explain that a little more as we do it. So now, as we have got in the two classes before, is that we show this left hand in front of our Kundalini, and the right hand goes above, forward, below, backwards, like this. We rotate it. So our objective is we are showing our desire that we would like this Kundalini to come up to the Sahasrara. And then we do the action by rotating our hand like this. So we will do it in front of every chakra. This is Mooladhara. We move it up, Swadhisthana, in front of the stomach, in front of the heart, in front of the throat, in front of the Agnya, that is the forehead. Then we stretch our hand as much as possible and we put one. So we are expressing our desire that the Kundalini should flow through every chakra in one Nadi, which is the, let us say, the Ida Nadi. Now, the second one, we pass it through every chakra. After the sixth chakra, we rotate our hand on top of our head and tie two knots. Okay, just to show that we have finished two of nadis. Then we do it through now the Sushumna Nadi. So first the Ida Nadi, the Pingala Nadi, and in the Sushumna we will do three times we will tie the knot. So we are expressing our desire that the Kundalini should pass through each of our nadis. And then we take this energy which is flowing all around. Okay. And slowly our whole objective should be that we should be able to feel this energy. And you will feel it if you can do the meditation regularly. So we do from the left to the right, right to the left. We will do it 7 times. That means we are taking this energy and giving an aura around us on all the 7 chakras. So I hope all of you do it together. And then we will just close our eyes. Keep both the hands in front. Close our eyes. Now, what happens is when we raise the Kundalini, the attention comes inside. Till now, we understood about the two nadis last week, that we have an Ida Nadi and the Pingala Nadi, and it is sympathetic, attention goes on the outside. Now, Sushumna is the Nadi which is parasympathetic, and our attention should come inside. So, the moment we close our eyes, it comes in. And when the Kundalini rises, it rises through the Sushumna and connects us to this all pervading power. That is the yoga. So now we come into what is called as a state of present, or we can call it a state of meditation. And the pull that is there towards the past thoughts or the pull towards the thoughts of the future just reduces and we come into the present. And when we come into the present, our absorption of whatever we hear is much, much higher. And hence we do this 2-3 minutes meditation before we start the session so that our whole attention comes into the present. And when it comes into the present, it is called state of meditation. So let us pray that Shrimataji, please bring us into this present state so that we can absorb all that is explained and also feel the opening of the chakras and the nadis. Okay. All right. So now let us start today's session. So with this, so we understood about the two nadis last time. So now we are going to finish about the nadi which is in the center called Sushumna. So just to summarize, these are this called Ida Nadi, Pingla Nadi. Left side is Ida Nadi, Pingla Nadi. And as we understood in the Kundalini class also, that these actually they're not straight lines, but our whole nervous system connecting this brain. So inside our head lies this thousand petaled, you could call as lotus, in the sense that there are thousand nerves along the head here. So if you cut the head horizontally, it'll appear like a all the thousand nerves which are kept on the sides of this skull will appear like a lotus because the center is empty, right? That is called as the limbic area in our brain. Okay, that's only muscle, but all the nerves are kept on the sides. So when you cut like this, it looks like a thousand petal lotus. Okay, and when we understand the chakras, we'll explain about the lotuses at that chakras also. But at the sahasrara, these thousand nerves, they come down and then form these three nadis. So it's not lines like this, but it is many nerves together. They come down, but all the nerves come down as a spiral from the brain like this. So it's all kept inside the spinal cord in the form of coils, and there are three coils. You see, one on the outermost is the Pingla Nadi, the innermost, the second innermost is the Ida Nadi, and the innermost is the Sushumna. Okay, but to represent here in the diagram, it is shown as lines. All right, so we have these three nervous systems, and Ida and Pingala are the nervous systems which is called as sympathetic. Sympathetic means we have control. So that means if I have a desire, I want to eat something, that's in our control. Then I will have action. I have I do the energy. I use the energy from the Pingla Nadi to do action. But the Sushumna is called as parasympathetic. In the medical science, it's called parasympathetic nervous system. Means it is beyond. There is no, it is actually the meaning para is para. Para means parashakti. It's beyond us. It is not in our control. Even if you want saying that I would like to stop the digestion for 1 minute, you cannot. If you say that I would like to stop the heart for 1 minute, we cannot. If we say we would like to stop the flow of blood, no. All of this autonomous nervous working is done by the nervous system, is done by this Sushumna nadis, this set of nadis, which is called as parasympathetic, but in our spiritual, it is called as Sushumna nadi. Okay, so this is how it is. So it tallies exactly with medical science. So last week we understood that the problem that we get into problem is that, say, Sushumna, we have no control, so it never goes into any imbalance. The imbalance is coming because of the Ida Nadi and Pingala Nadi, where we do not know the limits. So when the energy, on the left side becomes less, we get into depressions, fear, sadness, pessimism, all of that. And when the energy on the right becomes very hot, we are using it so much that you get anxiety, anger, restlessness, all of that happens. And at every chakra, it also gives energy from the chakras to the three nadis. And at every chakra also, it gets into imbalance. So the root cause of any problem in us is because of the imbalance of Ida and Pingala. But all the three nadis are very important because if there's no energy on the Ida nadi, we will die. That means when there's when no desire, that person actually commits suicide. Suicide is the complete energy of the left when it gets drained. The whole system says that why should I live? So it's very dangerous. So desire is important, but it has to be in balance. Similarly, if we don't do action, then the whole body again collapses. So action is important, but in balance. And parasympathetic, it is, they we say it is automatically looked after. So there, usually the imbalance is not there. So all our problems comes because of Ida and Pingala. But it is the Sushumna which brings everything back into balance. And hence today, let us understand what is the importance of Sushumna. So it's called as a central channel. We understood that. It is called as a Tao. So in Chinese system, you have the yin and the yang. Okay, there are two parts. And the center part is called as the Tao, the way it's called, right? So when every religion has talked about this central path. The essence of this is balance. It automatically brings you into balance. Now, to give you an idea of how it brings it into balance, now you see, we want to run. That means we want to increase our heartbeat. That's in our hands, right? Right side, energy. So we run. And as soon as we run, the heartbeat increases from the normal speed to whatever, how fast we run, it depends upon that. But if we want to bring it back into normal, what do? We just stop and take and sit down. Now, the heartbeat starts reducing, but it comes and settles at, let us say, 70 or 72 beats a minute. It does not go below that. So, who is the one who monitors that? That is the balance. So, it is that central nervous system which brings everything back into balance. But if we go too much to the right side or to the left side, then imbalances are caused. So in a way, it is the sushumna which brings everything for us back into balance. And if you look at all the medical science, if you go to any doctor, any problem is there. Let us say they do an operation on all of that, then they'll say, "By now you go, now the body will heal itself." Right? So what imbalance is there, that is removed, and then they allow the body to have self-healing. So that self-healing is done by the parasympathetic nervous system. Okay, so this is what it is. And then last week we understood about these two, the ego, the left Ida Nadi gives us the superego, right gives us the ego. That means in the mind, it gives us two institutions. We call it as man-made. That is done by us, depending upon where we are born, who teaches us, what are we taught. It goes and fills in this brain. Okay. So we call that in psychology, it's called as the mind, or in spiritual language, it's called as manas, and that's a myth many a times. Okay, which keeps on changing. Sometimes we are taught wrong things. When we grow up, we find out that this was completely wrong. I think this is not correct. So we change, right? So that is not the reality. But in the center, when the sushumna, the part of the brain that it controls, is the what is called as the present, where everything is absorbed. And hence today, when we did the Kundalini awakening, and we closed our eyes, we said, "Let us come to the present." There we will receive. And the reception is from this all pervading power, which gives us the evolutionary power. So, in the center nervous system, is the power of evolution, where we transform, where we grow, you know. So this is the beautiful characteristics of the Sushumna Nadi. All right. So the great qualities are: it gives us balance, it is the truth, it gives us truth. So the Indriyas, the five organs which senses, and it gets connected to the brain. Uh, just 1 minute. Somebody is not on mute. I'm just putting him on mute. Yeah. So when these mm, uh, uh, you know uh, these sense organs go to the brain, then we say, I have, this is the truth. So we feel the truth in the brain through this Sushumna Nadi. Okay, so this gives us the truth. It gives us ascent. It gives us evolution, as we discussed. Then it gives us joy. See, on the left, you feel sad when you go too much to the left. On the right side, it gives you happiness, which is sometimes given by the ego. But at the center, you have something called as joy, and it gives you tremendous unconditional love. Joy has no duality of sad or happiness. Okay, so you come into a state, and that's why in the spiritual language it's called as the Satchit Ananda, or a Paramananda, or Brahmananda. All the Anandas come in the Sushumna Nadis. Yeah, and then in once the Kundalini raises, the Kundalini can raise only through the central channel, through the Sushumna. And that, you see, when it raises from here, it goes here and gets connected to the top of the brain. Whereas these two, and on the two sides of the brain, right? So when from the Sushumna, when this opens here, you get connected to this all pervading power. And that is what we call as the yoga. Yoga means the union with this all pervading power. We get into a state which is called as samadhi, which is possible only through the Sushumna. So the greatest quality of Sushumna is it gives us collective consciousness. And of course, you go beyond this two mind, the Ida and Pingala create this two manas, which gives us thoughts of the future or the past. But in the Sushumna, when you rise, it takes us beyond the mind, it takes us into thoughtless awareness. You're aware, we are very alert, but there is no ripple of thought of either the future or the past. You come into the present. And that is called Nirvichar Samadhi. Okay, so Sushumna Nadi gives all of these beautiful qualities. So if we want to increase the Sushumna, okay, so what happens is, you can imagine, like three pipes are there. Now, if there is an imbalance, the left will pull this side, or if there's an imbalance on the right, it will pull this side. So what happens to the center where you have the Sushumna? It gets squeezed, right? So if we have to be in the center, in the Sushumna, because this is the one which brings everything into balance. So let us say we have diabetes. There is an imbalance, right? Now, if we are able to activate the Sushumna, it will bring the balance back. But if it is squeezed, if the energy there is very less, it cannot bring it. Then you need an external factor like what medicines or external medicines to again bring it back into balance, right? But if you do meditation every day and don't allow this imbalance of the Ida Nadis, then the Sushumna becomes bigger and bigger. And that's what we say, the depth of spirituality comes. So our objective of everyday's meditation is that through this Sushumna Nadi, when we do meditation, more and more strands of this Kundalini come up, and it brings all the chakras imbalances into balance. So now you can understand how important is Sushumna, right? And our whole, I would say, objective of meditation is only one. Okay, how much can I come every day into Sushumna? So morning 5 to 10 minutes, evening 5 to 10 minutes, we have to let go of the Ida and the Pingala. That means thinking about the past or thinking about the future, and allow the Sushumna to come into balance. So every day, what we do in meditation brings our body, mind, the spiritual mind, our mental activities back into balance. Sleep cannot do it. It is only the meditation in the Sushumna that can bring all the chakras and nadis back into balance. And hence, meditation is the only way we can reach the Sushumna because it is beyond the human, human, I would say, endeavor, human action, human efforts. It is beyond this, it is in the parasympathetic. So we have to let go of parasympathetic activities at least for 10 minutes in the morning, in the evening, bring it into balance. Then the whole day, when you do, you will get so much of energy that it is tremendous. Okay, so this is how it is. What are the reasons for imbalance now? When we have don't when we go to extreme behaviors as we discussed, Ida and Pingala, extremities, then the Sushumna, as we showed, gets squeezed, right? So then it gets into imbalance. Otherwise, we cannot bring it. It's only when we do the others, the Sushumna is blocked. Then, of course, when we think too much of materialism and outside, then of course we have to be in dharma. The spirituality, as we said, is para. It is on the Paramatma. So spiritual seeking is very important. If there's no spiritual growth, then there's Sushumna gets smaller and smaller and smaller. Yeah. So how do we bring it into balance? So first we relax the Ida and the Pingala. Okay. So the 3 steps of meditation gets it done. And if you'll see here, Muladhara, so this Kundalini and Sushumna is connected to this. So when both of these become balanced, that's why the earth becomes very important. The earth element plays a great role. So we keep both the hands on the earth for opening of the Sushumna. She absolutely is able to open the Sushumna, right? So in meditation, we do that 3rd step is very important for opening of Sushumna. And then, of course, when we keep on raising the Kundalini, as we did just now, the more and more strands of Kundalini come up, the Sushumna opens more. Yeah. And here we have to ask for the spiritual ascent. That's the only way to open the Sushumna Nadi. And as we understood, on Ida is Mahakali, this is Mahasaraswati, and here it is Mahalakshmi. That is the path of spiritual evolution. The evolution happens on the Sushumna Nadi. Okay, so this is a small introduction of Sushumna. Now we will listen to a wonderful speech of Shumataji on Sushumna Nadi. This is a speech which she gave for, in the coming month, April 14th, you have this, the festival called as Sankranti. Okay, so during that puja, she gave the puja, and there she explained about the balance of Sushumna. Very beautiful part of that speech. One part of the speech, she talks about the balance of Sushumna, comparing it to the balance of the Mother Earth. Okay, and we will understand how important it is through her speech. She gave this in Pune in 1988. So we will listen to this and then come back to the aspect of meditation. How meditation happens in the Sushumna, we will explain once more, and then we will go to the practical aspect of meditation.
So the balance has to be struck. And the balance is that we should desire and act. But the trouble is, in human atmosphere, there is a division of labor, I think. That one part of the country is thinking, another part of the country is acting. Under these circumstances, nothing will work out. So, a balance has to be struck where you have the Sushumna working out. Now, the Sushumna Nadi is the one where one would say is the equator. Is not equator, but is the axis of the Mother Earth. The axis of the Mother Earth is the Sushumna, and that has to act. And when it comes to that axis the axis, uh, it is the one that balances. Actually, there is nothing like a big pole inside the Mother Earth, which we can call it as an axis. There's nothing that is material inside the Mother Earth that we can call it as an axis, but it's the energy force which acts in such a manner that the Earth moves with such tremendous speed. When the cosmos is all spread out so much, it not only moves, but it creates day and night for us, so that daytime we can work and nighttime we can sleep, to give us a balance. Only also it moves in such a manner round the sun that half of the countries get the sun during the summertime and half of them get it during the winter time. That's the axis that acts and works out everything. Apart from that, this axis keeps all the distances necessary from other planets and other moving bodies in the cosmos. This axis is the intelligence of the Mother Earth. It is not only the intelligence, but it is the fragrance, and apart from, it is the Sushumna Nadi, we can say, of the Mother Earth. So, in the whole evolutionary process, the Mother Earth has played a very big part through her axis. In the same way, in human beings, the axis is the most important. That's the main principle of life we have got, is our axis. We have to stand on our axis. Those who do not stand on their axis, stand more towards the left or towards the right, are capable of complete destruction. Because either they will be destroyed by too much of right side or too much of left side. So our axis has to be properly dealt with. Now those people who do not have a proper axis can have problems of different chakras, of different kind of quality in a person. A person who stretches his axis too much, puts back his head like this, is a person who is very right-sided and creates problem with his ego. And the one who absolutely bends down, like a slavish person, also is a person who goes towards his destructiveness. Now there's a big problem between these two types of people, one trying to dominate another, and when they start dominating another person, they actually destroy themselves as well as destroy the ones whom they are dominating. For example, now, we have seen that we had Britishers who came here and ruled us. We have seen the French went and ruled some other people. Then there are Portuguese who went and ruled some other people. But everything that they did to dominate and all that has double reactions. First of all, by their domination, say, Indians became very slavish. Indians become, even today, they are extremely slavish and they do not have that independent axis as they should have. Extremely slavish people they are. Especially I see in the West, I'm surprised when the Indians go from here. I find they are so very slavish. They try to sort of do all kinds of slavish acts to please the white-skinned people. The white skin became sort of a very adorable stuff in it. That added to the ego of the whites. Added to the ego of the whites, and today you see what's happening is all that ego is destroying them. They are on the verge of destruction because of their ego. So it is so unnatural and it is so superficial. One has to understand that what is the best within a human being is his axis. And everybody has an axis, and one must respect the axis of every person. In Sahaja Yoga, I don't know you by your faces so much. I know you by your chakras, by your Sushumna, what sort of a Sushumna you have. If you have a deep Sushumna, I know you as a deep person. If you have a superficial Sushumna, I know you as a person with a very superficial type of a Sushumna. And even if you make up something by sort of being very nice or good or talking about Saj Yoga or knowing too much about Saj Yoga and saying things which will baffle normally anyone as if you are masters of Saj Yoga, I know how deep you are. So the depth on the axis is more important than anything else. Your axis has to be very deep. Now you will say that, Mother, the axis is the same as it is. So how can it be deep? So in the axis, as you see, is made in human beings, is like a 3.5 coiled paper-like thing. And the inside of it is the Brahmanadi. The Brahmanadi is a very, very small little, we can call a very, very hair-like thing, where only a hair like Kundalini can pass through. But when the person is deep, this Brahmanadi is bigger, and all the rest of them, which are coiled into each other, are smaller. While the people who are not deep, their outside, what you call the foldings, are bigger than the inside small thing. Now such people could be apparently very dynamic, may look very intelligent, may look very smart, may look to be very good looking, or whatever it may be outwardly. But inwardly they are not deep. Inwardly, if they are deep, their whole attitude is beautiful. They are very joy-giving people. They are very joy-giving. And the more, if you meet a person of another kind, he may look joyous, he may try to give you joy, but the joy won't be really that deep. It would be like a joy killing. So it is important for us to make our axis deeper. And that is where we lack the proper assiduity, the proper effort we have to put in. Now some people have automatically very deep axis. And some people have very, very, what should you say, a very constricted type of the axis. This axis has to be grown. Now when you come for my puja and all that, I do expand it, I agree. But it is a temporary thing. To retain it at that point, one has to work at home, in the collective also. One has to work very much at home with meditation. But it should be done seriously. It should not be just a joke, to be frivolous, to be stupid. That's not the way. It should be done very seriously in the meaning that it is a devoted task you have taken. It's a meditative thing. It's a prayer to God. We can call it, it's a puja to God. Is to be done with that reverence. Because reverence is the key of achievement. If you have no reverence about yourself and no reverence of others, then it cannot be done. But first you must have reverence for your own life. What am I doing with my life? Where am I wasting it? Why should I waste it? Why should I be deep? After all, there must be some purpose of my life. Am I serving my purpose? Am I doing that? All these things, if they pop into your head, then you will understand it's very easy to fight out your ego. Because normally on small, small things people fight. I've seen that in Saj Yoga also, people fight on things like, it's so useless, absolutely useless. To me, it sounds stupid to even mention the way people fight over small things and quarrel. But a deep person, even if he doesn't speak much, even if he doesn't show off much, even if he doesn't sit in the front line, he expresses himself through his depth, because I can work out better through that. So to develop this, one must meditate. Important thing is to meditate. Every day, every day, every day. You may not eat your food one day, you may not sleep one day, you may not go to your office one day, You may not do anything that you are doing every day, but you must meditate every day. That's an important point to develop the central constricted part into a bigger area.
Oh, yeah. So I hope you understood the great importance of uh, the Sushumna Nadi, right? Before we get into the practical part of meditation, just one very important aspect we would like to highlight here. Uh, we always feel, or we are taught, in fact, that we have to put in a lot of effort, right? So, like say when we are studying, you do well, right from childhood. They said, no, no, you have to put a lot of effort, which is correct. We have to, because that's part where we understand, we grow, and all of that. But in the aspect of spirituality, where we have to come into the sushumna, it is effortless. Like for example, a child is never taught how to eat food. It's never taught how to breathe. We are never taught digestion. We are never taught how to balance the body. The inside balance of our body is done by the parasympathetic. And if we can understand this aspect, that meditation is coming into the sushumna. So all the effort that we are putting till now in during the meditation part, it has to be left out. That means there's no concentration. There is no, only thing is we just keep ourselves inside, watch it, watch as a witness, and then just let go of our efforts, expose ourselves to an energy which is there all around. So in the next class, we'll be doing this whole aspect of effortless meditation. We will explain that in more detail. But the one part of it is let go, and if we can let go of the effort, then the meditation becomes very easy. This is one part. The second part of it is sushumna is all about sustenance. You see, we have to sleep every day. We cannot say, I will sleep for 1 week, and then for 1 week I will work together. No, it is not. It is sustained effort. Eating food is sustained. There is a cycle we have to do. You see, the heart is complete sustained beating. It doesn't stop anywhere. It is sustained effort. So anything which is natural in life is sustained. So in order to grow, sustenance is very important. Means continuous, we have to do it. So meditation is the sushumna's quality, then it has to be sustained. We cannot do it, let us say, one day I will do meditation, then after 4 5 days I will do meditation. It just doesn't work. We don't have to do it for a very long time, no. But let us say every day 10 minutes, morning and evening, if we can do, and then sustain it. You cannot let go of that. That is very important. Sustenance, one is that. Second is, that means repeatability. Second is, when we do meditation, we have to be in the last state, what we call, of silence for a very long time. That is again sustained effort. And this is the difficult part, because we are all the time taught, oh, we have to put a lot of effort, you know and so we would like to say mantras, I would like to say something, I want to chant, or I want to concentrate. No, we have to just keep quiet and be there in that state for a long time. And that becomes very difficult because we have no practice of that. And hence, we say at least 5 minutes we start of silence, and then slowly increase it to at least every day about 10 minutes of silence after the preparation. Okay, so the first 3 steps of Sage Yoga, what meditation that we do, is called preparation. But for Sushumna opening, the fourth step of just keeping silent is the most important step. And that is not easy. It's very difficult. But anyhow, as we do, as we do it together in collective, it becomes easy. So come now, let us not waste more time, and we will get into that state of meditation. So I will request Anindya to take us to this most important aspect of meditation.
Hi, good evening, everyone, and good to be back with all of you. So let us today just we learned about the Sushumna and how the Sushumna Nadi works. So let us actually today experience the this aspect in our meditative state. So I would request everyone to just yeah, thanks. So I would just request everyone to really sit very relaxed. If you're sitting on a chair, just keep both feet apart. Please remove any shoes, chappals, anything. Touch the ground, right? If you're wearing any tight belts or anything which is tight on ourselves, just remove it or just loosen it. Just relax and sit very relaxed. I'm going to now switch off my video and we will now just meditate. So please, let's enjoy ourselves. So let us sit very relaxed, sit straight, both hands on our lap, head slightly bowed. And just try to relax. Become calmer. If the mind is overactive, running here and there, or restless, if you feel any restlessness within us, just relax. Just sit relaxed. So it's always good to spend a couple of minutes before we start meditation to just sit down, relax, and be quiet inside. Meditation is really about quietening the mind, the restlessness, becoming silent inside. Now we'll take step one, which is continue to keep the left hand on our lap, right hand on the Mother Earth. If you're sitting on a chair, we can just keep the right hand on the side facing the Mother Earth. So this is the first step, and this is meant for clearing the left channel. Let's make a simple prayer. Ki Mother, please clear my left channel in the heart, from the heart. Simple prayer. We can do it in any language, it does not matter. In Sajoga, we use all the elements. We use the earth, the fire, the water, ether, the air. And as we continue to learn more and more, we will understand how we use all these elements. So, what is really happening inside us is that this all pervading energy of God Almighty, we are receiving through our left hand. It is entering and flowing through our central nervous system, through all the nerves in our body, and pushing out all the imbalances, the heat, through the right hand into the Mother Earth. If we are sensitive enough, we can feel some kind of heat or energy coming out of our right hand and moving into the Mother Earth. So, for a minute after we pray, we just sit in complete silence and see how the state inside us is changing, how we are becoming more relaxed, completely silent inside. Now we take the second step. We keep the right hand on our lap and left hand towards the sky, palm facing the shoulder. We can quickly look at the image on the screen and again close our eyes. Again, sit very relaxed. Relax the shoulders, relax the forehead, just relax. And let us make a simple prayer again. Ki Mother, please clear our right channel. And again, after the prayer, we just wait for a couple of minutes in silence. Allow this divine energy to flow into our right hand, into our central nervous system, and push out all our imbalances into the ether element through our left hand. Just let us observe what's happening inside us. Relax. Let us just relax. And we'll slowly feel that our right hand is becoming lighter, cooler. We'll feel a kind of relaxation slowly settling into us. So now we move into the third step, which is we keep both hands on the Mother Earth. If you're sitting on a chair, just keep them facing down towards the Mother Earth. Again, just relax. The Mother Earth has this amazing quality of absorbing all the imbalances. She takes all the things that we give into her and she recycles it. She balances the complete nature. She is the balancing principle of nature. So when we keep both hands on the Mother Earth and we just pray that Mother, please bring us into balance. She absorbs the imbalances in our central nervous system into her, slowly purifying us, cleansing us from inside. It's a beautiful, very relaxing experience. For a couple of minutes, let's just sit in silence and observe this within us. We will slowly feel ourselves becoming even more silent inside, more relaxed inside. The Mother Earth absorbs all the negativities that we have absorbed during the whole day, all the problems, all the tensions that we have. She just takes it away. She pulls it into herself. And finally, we take the fourth step, which is sitting very relaxed, keeping both hands now on our lap. Sit straight, head slightly bowed. And let us pray that Mother, please bring us into balance and take us into this meditative state of thoughtlessness, of silence and peace. It is sitting in silence, in complete silence with oneself, allowing this divine energy to flow into us and cleansing us, relaxing us, making us more silent. This is truly the meditative state. Let us just enjoy it for a couple of more minutes. Now let us slowly open our eyes and look at Shri Mataji's bindi. For a few moments, let us just be thoughtless. Just keep looking without thinking. And as we've learned, at the end of every session, anything that we do in Saj Yoga, we take the bandhan. Before that we take the bandhan. So with me, please take the bandhan. Left hand we keep in front. Right hand goes around the left hand. We keep looking at the left hand. Please raise it. We tie one knot. We raise it a second time. Tie two knots. Third time, three knots. And then slowly we take this energy which is flowing all around us and cloak ourselves with it. Once, twice, thrice, four, five, and back, six, and back, seven, and back. So so we hope you enjoyed the session, and uh, we both Pradyut and I here. So if you want to have any questions, you have anything you want to share, any experiences you want to share, you have any questions about our session today, please feel free to ask.
I have one question. Hello.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
please go ahead.
Yeah, actually, in body, if we have pain somewhere, can we take out that with this?
Uh, for example, can you give us an example of that?
Yeah, actually, I have fibromyalgia. So it's been 6 years. So till now, it is under research. There is no foolproof medicine for this. Actually, I don't take any medicine, but normally I do yoga, pranayama, and meditation regularly. So I
Yeah.
am of good health. But actually, few health conditions I'm not able to take out. Like I have plantar fascia, like the heel part I get pain in afternoon if I get up suddenly I won't be able to walk at all,
Yeah.
and my uh, right hand is paining almost. It's been 6 years, but now the pain has come down much, but still the pain is there. Actually I'm not able, For me, sleeping straight is difficult because I have burning sensation in my back, and left side I get pain in my chest if I sleep to the left side, and right side my right hand and shoulder having pain. For me, I am always worried how can I sleep peacefully without any disturbance.
Yeah. Yeah. So what happens
Yeah,
is all.
now actually I'm much better state. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. So no. So all of this is it happens because of imbalance. So what I would suggest is now, now you've been doing this now. If you are, I hope you are doing the meditation regularly. You know, every day morning,
Yes,
and
yes. Yes.
please do this. Next time we will teach you. In the next,
Okay.
we'll be teaching you one more aspect called as foot soaking. Okay. So we'll be keeping our feet in
Okay.
water, which will remove all of this problems in all the chakras. Okay, it takes it into the water, so the excessive heat which is there. So now all of this whatever you said is caused
Okay.
by the excessive heat which is happening in the body. Okay, so when you check your vibrations, you should keep
Okay. Hmm.
both the hands like this towards Mataji and say, what is my state of
Okay.
chakras and nadis? And you will find that energy will flow in both the hands. But if there is an imbalance, it may flow in one hand, it will not flow in the other. For example, in your case, it could be where the right hand is too heated up, so there's no energy flow here. That means it is very the Pingala Nadi that we understood last time, and all the chakras there are very stressed, and that leads to physical and mental pains. Right? So physical and mental problem comes when the right side is very heated up. So when that comes into balance through meditation, as we understood today, in the Sushumna, it brings the Ida and Pingala back into balance. And as a byproduct of that, a lot of your pains should go away. Please do the meditation properly. And next time when we do foot soaking, every day you should do foot soaking. We will explain that in the next class. And then I would say a lot of this physical and mental pains, physical pains and mental issues will get sorted out. Okay, and especially as you said about the sleep part, right side, when it is extremely active, we can't sleep, and we have a lot of these body pains during the sleeping because it is not, we were restless because of whatever anxiety or whatever. So I think it will definitely help, but sometimes some of the growths which are already developed may not subside, but it will not cause any physical problems to to the body. In terms of the physical health will be absolutely okay, right? So as a byproduct of proper balancing and meditation, these physical, mental and spiritual problems will get sorted.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello, good evening. This
Yeah,
is
good
Dr.
evening.
Usha over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so to my surprise, last session during meditation, my head was pulling back, and I
Mm,
asked this question. So, ma'am told me that because of the stress and all, that might have happened. So,
mm,
today I was feeling my head is pushing forward.
mm.
So I am not able to understand. Last session that has happened, and today my head is pushing forward.
Yeah.
So what exactly could be the cause today? Because I am feeling very light after the meditation, but during the meditation process, last time my head was pulling back and it was very heavy, and today it was very light and it was pulling forward, pushing forward, in fact. So I don't understand what exactly was today's reason.
Yeah. Yeah, so all this movement of the head which happens, it may be forward or backward, it really makes no difference. In terms of it's not very, I would say, significant. But what is significant in both the cases is when we meditate, this Agnya chakra, if it gets blocked, you feel this movement. Okay. Uh,
Okay.
so today, the aspect that we were talking about is we have to be very light. Our effort has to be absolutely nothing from our side, just watching. Now, our tendency is that we would like to concentrate. So sometimes because of that, this agnya gets blocked. Okay, we are putting an effort there, and hence Once the Agnya opens, it will take some time, but the Kundalini will find a way and it will open this Agnya chakra. And when it opens, then you will feel it very, very light, even during the meditation. Now you are feeling it after the meditation, because after that you're relaxing and you don't think about it. And by the time the Kundalini is active all the time now. And once it opens up, then you will feel very, very what you're saying, that you are feeling relaxed, will also happen during the meditation. In fact, later on it'll start happening tremendously during the meditation. But right now I would say maybe the effect of putting too much of effort may be there, and hence this chakra of Agnya is blocked. So again, when you're meditating, one is you will start feeling these body things. But now you please keep your attention on the hands and find out in which fingertips do you feel a type of a pricking sensation, and tell me which finger you may feel a numbness or pricking. Okay, we will explain it to you slowly in the next classes, and we will do a complete diagnosis of what you will feel. But it doesn't matter, you can start feeling now also. So when you meditate, just put your attention on the fingertips and find out which finger. And usually you will find that this ring finger, either on the left or the right or more towards the right, will start giving you a numbness or pricking. And when that shows the Agnya getting blocked. And once the Agnya opens, all of this will go away. So it is not important about forward or backward. Sometimes you will also, yeah, sometimes when people concentrate too much, the head may start spinning. Or another effect of that, when Agnya gets blocked, is people will tend to sleep. You know, it's all as aspect is the Agnya being blocked. Once that chakra opens, when it comes to the Sahasrara, then it becomes extremely light.
So
So
you mean to say it should be effortless?
it is effortless. Sushumna
Um,
is effortless, and hence we spend a little extra time today trying to explain this aspect, that in our body, the parasympathetic is the system which gives absolute effortlessness. We have no control over it. So meditation, we try to do it from outside, cannot happen. It has to happen from within.
Yeah, exactly. Because I have many patients who are having the complaint of sweating of palms and soles, and absolutely because of parasympathetic nervous system
Yes,
excessive, excessively working. So these people usually sweats with their palms and soles. So I always tell them to meditate or
correct,
do some relaxation, deep breathing, and all,
correct.
because that is the only one thing. And apart from that, homeopathic medication I give them, but to relax parasympathetic nervous system, I used to tell them. But today, I personally felt it कि there should be a balance, because first that last session my body was very stiff, but today my body was not that stiff. But as you said that Agya Chakra, yeah, I have to work on that. So it should happen effortless.
Effort. And it will happen, madam. It is because so many years of practice. So what we have done, that has to be reversed, and we'll have to start practicing effortless. It takes time, and hence the importance is doing regularity of meditation. Don't it'll happen slowly. So don't do meditation for too long initially. 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the evening, but regularity is very important. And then once you get into the practice of being effortless, then you can sit for a long time. Then you can push yourself to sit for a longer time.
But I have always one question, whether really we are able to activate and raise our Kundalini. That is the basic
Hmm.
block is there in my mind, but slowly I'm going to get to know about this. But
Yeah,
this is there, that big question mark is there in my mind.
I know. So that mind, it will be there till the time you start feeling the Kundalini. And once you do meditation regularly, one day it will suddenly open and you will start feeling it as a cool breeze, both in the hands as an energy as well as on the top of the head. Then you will definitely know that it is there.
Okay, so consistency is the key.
See,
Consistency,
it is.
meditation every day. Okay, sure. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Thank you,
Yeah.
doctor.
Thank you.
Sir, I would like to share one experience.
Yeah.
Sir, in the fourth step of meditation, I was wondering where I am exactly. I'm not able to feel the earth actually.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Yeah, it
correct.
was amazing. Thank you so much, and you both are really explaining so nicely. It is
Mhm.
like getting printed, printed in the brain.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Okay. So, okay, so let me see. It's good that you have felt something. But as we were saying, and as doctor also earlier was saying, you should feel lightness. Okay. Second, you should be extremely alert. When you suddenly feel that you have you see, let us say, you see lights, or you see darkness, or you see that I'm moving, or into another area or realm or something like that, then it is not going into the sahasrara, but again it gets blocked here in the ajna. So what you could feel today, matlab, what happens is when the ajna opens, this chakra opens, you feel extremely light. There is nothing, it's like like if you say a water, ocean. When you go deep down the ocean, that you know that there is silence, everything. There's nothing, no extra movements or anything, but it is extremely silent. Okay, so you will feel that lightness and silence. But if you get blocked here in the agnya, then there is a movement which may give different. So this is an indication that you have to still open up the agnya, little become little lighter, and then you will go into the sahasrara. There,
Okay.
it is a beautiful feeling of just joy, and you will be extremely alert. You will, everything you can hear. You're in meditation. There is no sleeping. There is no feeling that I don't know where I am now, and after 10 minutes I've got up. That means that is you have gone into the what we call as left side or the right side of the nadi, not in the sushumna. In sushumna, you're in the present and you'll feel extremely alert. So now this is again an indication being given that Kundalini is not able to open the Agnya. So it will happen now that you have seen it every
Okay.
day.
Hmm.
Don't try to, maybe look for this same thing every time, but just say that I really don't know. I would like to go to the correct stage of meditation. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing, because when you share these experiences, we will know whether it is correct or not, and then we will be able to help and guide. Yeah.
Sir, one
Yeah.
more thing
Thank
I
you so much,
wanted
sir.
to share.
Yes,
Yeah,
madam.
so one more thing. It is, I'm really able to connect, because in homeopathy we have certain remedies which are left-sided and some remedies are right-sided. And left-sided remedies are always having sadness, depression, and all these symptoms. Right-sided remedies are having suicidal tendencies and so many things.
Yeah.
Anxiety, anticipatory anxiety. So when I learn about Ida and Pingla, I could connect very easily, because as I am a doctor, I know more about sympathetic, parasympathetic. But
Yeah.
more than that, I am a homeopathic consultant. So in our science, we have left-sided remedies, right-sided remedies,
Yeah.
and usually we able to connect with the emotions of the patient. And we always ask about the life space investigation in that from childhood till now, what all incidences happen, and accordingly we take their emotional states.
Yeah.
So I can easily connect with this.
Wonderful, madam. Only one small input we would like to give. On the right side, when you go to onto suicidal tendencies, it is because of the left side. In as per Sayaj Yoga, as per what Shrimataji explains, that when the energy of the left, the desire just disappears, then you feel sad, you feel this one, and the worst condition is that you go to the aspect of suicidal. So in Sayaj Yoga, though we have seen in the patients of suicide, the left side energy is completely gone. But on the right side, they become extremely aggressive. As you just now before this, you told about palpitation, sweatiness,
Uh,
anxiety. All of that is on the right side where the action is very, very high. So they can't even sit in one place, can't see the eyes. They can't, they get angry very, very fast, can't have very long conversation. They cannot listen. All of that is tendencies of the extreme aggression on the right side. That is action. So that
that
is,
is action, no, sir. But in left-sided people, they are having only suicidal thoughts. In
yes.
our remedies, suicidal thoughts are there, but suicidally attempt they are doing a right-sided drugs. I don't know. So
Drugs,
over a
yes,
period of
yes,
time, I can
correct.
understand that
No,
because
what you're saying is right, doctor.
That what
yeah,
you're saying is
right
right.
side is action, left side is desire, right? So
Correct.
desire means it will convert into thoughts, but
Yeah.
action means suicidally he is doing some attempt to do suicide. So usually I have seen in right-sided drugs which we have remedies, but anyways over a period of time I can understand more better way. This is the just starting, so I hope really I go deeper into this and will be able to understand much more.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Is there any other question? All right. Okay. So if there is no other question, then we will end the session today. And so in the coming week, we will do what is called as the meditation. We'll understand a little about meditation. We will get into the chakras after the class after next. So we will do 2 practical sessions, or I would say next week is completely next one. We will do foot soaking. It's a very important treatment. And then we will do, the importance of meditation. What are some basic aspects of meditation? We will cover that. Okay. So that we will meet on Friday then. So thank you so much. Have a good night.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
You. Good night.
Thank you, sir. Good night.